Now, the World Trade Organization's 5-day meeting in Cancun in Mexico starts tomorrow. Already, measures to head off anti-globalized protesters are in place, but businesses around the world are hoping they won't be named and shamed by those campaigners as being socially irresponsible. Well, with me now is Dr Paul Toyne, who's director at Article 13. Paul helps businesses adopt socially responsible strategies, which also sometimes boost profits. Now, how does what you do relate to what's going on in Cancun?
Well, the World Trade Organization basically puts in place a framework on which companies can actually do business. And there's a number of issues will be debated in the next 5 days, including things like liberalisation of trade, tariffs for export, big issues like agriculture and fishing. And we work in all these sectors, and we work with businesses to help improve or at least change the way they do business, so they're not only competitive but actually deliver to society's expectations.
So who's doing well? I mean, who have you worked with?
Well, not who we've worked with, but if we start to see how businesses have reacted over the last 5 years to this broader agenda, which is called sustainable development, we can see only just recently, for example, they made an announcement in August that said that they would not be working within World Heritage Sites. And that's an incredible step forward. I mean, World Heritage Sites are areas which are set aside because of their global significance, both culturally and for the environment. And that's a real change in mindset. And there are others that are also being put in place, good practice. For example, in the car industry, BMW, there's well over 6,000 components that are needed to produce these cars. And the big issue for them is their supply chain. In other words, who's manufacturing themselves. Actually, to stimulate sustainable trade, to improve conditions, to improve standards, then that surely is a good thing. That creates wealth that should stay within that country. It creates a stable employment base, and it helps provide those people for access to things like education, for jobs, for those types of things.
And what do you actually expect to get out of Cancun?
Me personally, not a lot, actually. I think there'll be a lot more debate. There'll be some very contentious issues that are going to be raised, which kind of like address some of those concerns that you mentioned about the uneven playing field that there is between rich, developed countries wanting to increase and stimulate their trade for their benefit against the lesser developed countries who really want to start to export some of their commodities. And so I think, there's some real contentious issues. For example, the GMO debate, genetically modified organisms and biotechnology, will surely be debated and campaigned for and against.
OK, Paul Toyne, thank you very much indeed. And tomorrow, our economics correspondent Liam Halligan will be reporting for us from the W in Cancun as the talks to improve trade relations get underway.